Welcome to your Connect group at Sugar Creek. I'm so excited you're joining us on this journey through the Unfinished Initiative. We have learned that life change happens best in community with others. So I believe that God has something special for us to learn as we go through this study together. Over the next 6 weeks, we'll explore the stories of individuals whose lives were dramatically changed when they realized God wasn't finished with them. We'll start with Paul and watch him learn that persecuting Christians was not the end of his story. Then, we'll see how the widow of Zarephath's faith led to God's miraculous provision. In fact, the very act that she thought would be the end of her life was the thing that reveals her story was unfinished. We'll witness the courage of Joshua and Caleb, who trusted God's promises despite overwhelming odds. Zacchaeus' story will remind us that Jesus invited us into his story, no matter our past. We'll observe how the early church in Acts demonstrated the power of serving others in love. Finally, we'll learn from Noah's unwavering obedience in the face of an unimaginable task. Each of these stories illustrate a profound truth. Until we see Jesus, we are unfinished. God is constantly at work in our lives, shaping us for his purposes. He's not done with any of us yet. This initiative isn't just about our church's future. It's about each of our personal journeys with God. It's about recognizing that he's still writing our stories, still molding us, still calling us to greater faith and obedience. Now, I'd like you to meet a family from our church who has experienced this truth firsthand. Their story is a powerful reminder that God is always at work, even when we can't see it. Let's hear how Sugar Creek has impacted their lives and how they're learning that God isn't done with their story yet.
My journey at Sugar Creek actually started in 1995. And so by the grace of God, I've got to see a lot of awesome changes happen, not just like physically, but like the makeup of Sugar Creek and the journey that it's been on, and I guess the course and direction that it's had.
And God took me to Sugar Creek, and I met Daniel there. We were friends for a while, and we served together in the ministry for a while, and it just so happened that we started liking each other at the same time. That was very God ordained.
Very fortunate.
And so, we've been married for 8 years.
When we talk about Sugar Creek today, right, and just from my past experience, right, my lens has always kind of shifted because I'm coming at it with so much history, and it's been... Honestly, I look at Sugar Creek today in a way I don't recognize it from what it used to be, which is not in any way a bad thing. The Lord has just greatly moved through and in Sugar Creek. Growing up through Sugar Creek, like the children's ministry, I can distinctly recall that there was maybe one other ethnic minority in that group, to now what it is today, just a multicultural campus. With the addition of like the Spanish ministry, and even within our own class, just seeing the world represented in just our Sunday class. And even if you look out over the foyer on a Sunday morning, you will just see just the diversity that now is present there. Mm-hmm. So what it means to be at Sugar Creek really is just watching the Lord work as he said he would, to bringing the gospel to the world, to the ends of the earth.
The best part about being a part of Sugar Creek is finding a home. So even though it's such a large church, and I actually just had family come visit and they were just taking it all in, just wow. But even seeing all the different people, you still see people you know and people you recognize and people who care about you and want to greet you every morning and have fellowship with. So I think being a part of Sugar Creek is not just a part of something bigger, but a place where you can find something deeper.
Raising my kids here has been a unique blessing and a unique joy. Some of the ladies that serve in the children's ministry were there when I was 6, when I was 7. And I remember they've told my wife some stories of some of the challenges that were looking after my brother and I. And I remember dropping off my kids for the first time Sunday morning when they were old enough, and those ladies were still there, and they couldn't believe that I had children of my own.
One of the best things about Daniel growing up at Sugar Creek is that so many of these campaigns in the past has directly impacted him, has directly made a huge impact on his spiritual life, which in turn means made an impact on my spiritual life and then that of our kids. And so this season that we're coming into now of it being unfinished, it's just a really great blessing that we get to be a part of that, not only for our kids, but our nephew and our nieces and our other friends, families, and kids, that we just get to play a part in deepening their spiritual life as well.
This has not been my first campaign, right? I was there when the now new, or not new anymore, but at the time it was the new worship center. I was there for that campaign. I was there for the Life Center. I remember helping with when they were conscripting students to help with the construction or the interior construction of the Life Center. I was there for all of that. And being able to be blessed by those campaigns, and not only personally blessed, being able to witness the blessing it was to other families and other people, knowing in the future the blessings that I can't even imagine or can't even comprehend that will be poured out in the future from this. It's
a good thing to be a part of, and it's something that we get to have faith and take those steps in knowing that we're not just finished. We still have a ways to go. And in a way, that's kind of an encouragement too, because we're not just stuck here where we're at. God's also not finished with us.
The progress and the growth that Sugar Creek has had, and sometimes, you get to a point where how much further can we go? What left is what's left for Sugar Creek? How could there possibly be more? And I think about the goodness of God. How can there possibly be more? My name's Daniel, and I'm unfinished.
My name is Joanna, and I'm unfinished.